Hey everybody, Phil here. Today's work on the LS400. I can't remember if it's day 3 or day 4 or whatever it may be, but when I left you guys last time, we were fiddling around with the interior, trying to detach all the cabling that goes to the ECU from the engine bay, and I think we pretty successfully did that. Now, way in the back, I don't know if you can see it, there's kind of a white clipper on the cable, so I'm going to try and figure out what that's all about. And then here in the engine bay, I'm going to take off what I can only assume is part of the cruise control or traction control system, and then get down here at these two, look like 10mm bolts, try and take those off, and the rest of the engine harness is connected to that. If I can get all that off, then all I've really got to do, I believe, is drain the coolant, disconnect the coolant lines, and yank the engine out. Today is the first really nice day of spring, so we're all hanging out outside, and I'm wearing my hat so my bald head doesn't get sunburned. Anyway, stick around. Let's see how it all works out. Okay, that thing said it was the speed control actuator, so I'm guessing cruise control. We got it off. So now we're going to take off these two, what I can only assume are 10mm nuts there. And then we'll see what's behind here. Hopefully a magical, easy plug that removes the engine harness. I doubt it. Okay, well, I got it off, but it looks like there's still something inside holding it on, so more deconstruction inside, looks like. Well, there's a lot of crap underneath this dashboard. And I could keep trying to dig around and do it the hard way, or I could do it the long way, which is probably the correct way, and just take the whole dash off. I don't need it. I'm not going to keep it. Really no reason for me to worry about keeping it on the car, so I suppose that's the right way to do it. It just kind of sucks because we've made it this far, and I was hoping it would be a quick and easy thing, but it's okay. I mean, it could be worse. So with that, let's start trying the dash part, I guess. Kind of like this height for racing seats. Super low. But I've got a really long torso, so actually it wouldn't be that bad with the helmet on. I'd be about right. Hello? 1980s? It's me. I'm back. Ah. There's douche flute juice, Marlboro flavor. If Johnny was here, he would have this thing, this whole car disassembled in about an hour. That guy can pull a car apart faster than anything. Putting it back together, not his strongest suit, but tearing something apart, pro. I'm going to pry everything off now and not break the dash in the process. But I'm not really... So in case you're wondering how to get the stereo or heater controls out of a Lexus LS400, the top vents pry out without too much work, and then you tilt them up to get to this plug on the bottom. That's where the hazard lights just pops right off. Then there's two 8mm nuts here you take off, and I'm guessing this heater control will come off and I can probably get the stereo out. Actually, you gotta pry the bottom cup holder thingy out too. And then there are two more 8mm nuts, bolts, whatever. Once you get those four bolts off top and bottom, the whole thing just kind of pops on out. You just got to take off all the 8,000 plugs in the back. Starting to look a bit more like a drift car now. Got no console, got no stereo, no heater controls. It's fine because neither one of them worked anyways. Tear some more crap off. Now I'm pulling the, looks like I see one 10mm bolt and three 10mm nuts I'm going to pull off. I think that's holding the dash in here. And then I'm going to undo these screws on either side. I don't think it's necessary, but I just feel like I'm doing things right now. And there, I don't know if you can see, there are a number of bolts underneath here that hold the piano hinge for the bottom of the glove box on. I'm going to take those off. And then alongside of here, there's a 10mm screw, bolt, whatever, bolt that's probably holding more of the dash on. Loosey-goosey on this side. That's good. I think it's about time the giant driver's side seat comes out. I wonder, I haven't really had any bites in the seats yet, but maybe I'll take the back seat and weld a seat rail to the bottom, or just a rail to the bottom of it, and then bring it to drift events to kind of use as a bench to lounge on. That'd be kind of cool. had to switch GoPros. So, got the seat out. That thing is heavy. Holy crap. To get these seats out, it's just 4 bolts and then a clip underneath. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the vacuum in a second and tidy up. Okay, a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna grab a glass of water and then we'll go back to turn the dash off. Okay, now we're on to tearing the dash apart again. So I pulled the driver's seat out and I'm sitting in that position now with my sweet Chinese racing seat. And here's what we got. So I'm assuming, like most cars, we'll pull this bottom panel off first, and then we can take off the steering wheel surround. And then we'll, let's see here, I'm guessing this piece comes off at some point. And then there'll be more stuff. I don't know. You all know by now, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making this crap up as I go along. Yeah, see how it goes. So up here, as if that's everything except for, I'm guessing, the light bulb back here. There we go. Oh, and that diagnostic port on the left. Okay. There's 2 Phillips head screws on the bottom side of the hood release. So, one thing worth mentioning now that I'm under here is that I'm going to have to take the dash off anyways, whether it's to get that engine harness out or, from what I'm seeing now, to get the clutch pedal installed. Because there's a lot of crap under there that's going to have to move before that clutch pedal's going to go in. So, yeah, it's a good thing that I'm taking it out. Just, you know, a few more steps in the process. Oh, come on, you dick. Okay, there's this piece from the ignition. I just pried off, and in there I see a bolt most likely holding this thing on. However, I'm not going to be able to get 10mm, so I'm hoping I can pry this guy off. There we go. 2 more 10mm and a whole bunch of ash. Okay. Making some progress here. Let's take off the steering wheel cover here, around the steering column jibber jabber. Okay, now we're going to take off the console surround area. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to label some of these cables that are actually useful, like the trunk pop and the fuel door pop. I'm going to label the mirror stuff and the console stuff, just so I know what it is when I take it off, but yeah, I feel like I'd regret not doing it. Over here, a big old bundle of Snake's cabling that I'm guessing goes back to the stereo stuff. There's a 10 mil here, acting as a ground. Okay, so taking the dash out of an LS400 is kind of a pain in the butt, but we did it, and now we just have 1,000 more things to take out, but getting closer. That's exciting. I feel like there's some progress made. Here, take a look. I mean, it looks like everything's super far away, but the steering wheel's right here. I would probably sit about 6 or 8 inches closer than I am now. But with no dash there, it just really opens the inside of the car up. I'm mildly concerned that I'm going to have to work some magic to make the engine operate at its full potential and not in some sort of limp mode. I don't know if they made that in the one use or in this particular car, but sometimes if engines can't talk to certain components, they go into limp mode and they just won't start. There's a lot of stuff that I want to remove, so we'll have to see if we can make it work with that. But, hey, progress is being made, and that's awesome. I'm tired. So I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for today's episode. I'm going to get these 3 compiled and uploaded so you guys can watch them. And start again probably tomorrow morning. Anyway, thanks guys.